Okay, picture this. Imagine a universe where a single broken heart doesn't just cause pain, but literally has the power to tear apart the very fabric of reality. A world where actual gods are just walking right alongside mortals. We're talking about a place where weapons don't just leave a wound, they erase your absolute existence from the timeline. Every single battle here is fought on a scale that literally shatters the heavens. Welcome to today's Cinematic Explainer.
So we're stepping into this ancient universe that is completely fractured into these massive, magic-infused realms. And look, this isn't a place where destiny is just some vague philosophical concept you read about in dusty old history books. Not at all. Here, destiny is a literal, tangible force. A force that can and absolutely will shatter the skies above.
Now, I need you to understand right out of the gate that we aren't dealing with some petty territorial dispute over borders or gold. Far from it. This is a story about the terrifying, devastating price of absolute justice. We're going on a massive cosmic journey where the stakes are, quite literally, the future of existence itself.
All right, let's kick things off with Part 1, An Impossible Vow. We start our journey with Princess Lasara. She's the deeply beloved daughter of a highly powerful human ruler, King Eldon. But instead of just seeking a normal royal marriage to secure an alliance, she makes this incredibly intense vow. She says, and I quote, "I will not marry any mortal king. If I ever marry, it will be to God himself." Now, her father fully expects her to eventually just outgrow what he thinks is a child's dream, so he announces a grand contest centered around Helios. Helios is this sacred, famously immovable divine bow. Suitor after legendary suitor tries to lift it, and every single one of them fails. The tension in the arena is absolutely thick. The crowd is murmuring, and then this lone, strangely calm stranger just walks in. His royal garments are pretty simple, but he's got this serenity in his eyes that is just not of this world. His name is Aurorian. He claims to rule this impossible, unseen kingdom hidden deep within the treacherous Blackspire Mountains. Naturally, the royal court just laughs right in his face. But then, Aurorian casually walks up to the divine bow and, without even breaking a sweat, effortlessly lifts it. The impossible is done, and the burning question immediately becomes, who actually is this mysterious prince?
Which brings us directly to Part 2, The Wrath Awakens.
You know how these miraculous union fairy tales go, right? Well, this one takes a massive, irreversible turn for the worse. King Eldon makes a fatal error. Driven purely by pride during a grand royal festival, he publicly and mercilessly mocks Orion. Heartbroken by this unimaginable cruelty toward the man she loves, Lasara just breaks down. With trembling hands, she unleashes a tragic, universe-altering curse for absolute justice upon her father's kingdom. She demands that Orion show them the true wrath of God. And terrifyingly enough, something actually answers. Manifested purely from this devastating curse, two avatars of pure, unstoppable justice are born into the world, Azarion and Enra. And these aren't just your standard soldiers. We're talking 10 armed avatars, armed with literal cosmic forces. They are not here to negotiate terms. They are born purely to annihilate.
Just to really put this kind of scale into perspective for you, standard warfare, you use mortal swords that cut through armor. Pretty straightforward. But Azarion carries a divine weapon called Voidrend, and this brilliantly illustrates just how insanely escalated this conflict is. Voidrend doesn't just cut matter, it literally slices straight through space and time. A single swing of this thing can dismantle reality down to the atomic level, and armed with this, they march on the kingdom.
So, let's move into Part 3, The Demon's Deception.
The aftermath of that curse leaves the world forever changed. But get this, a love this profound, it actually transcends death entirely. It pulls us into this incredible cycle of rebirth. Across the ages, these devoted souls are reborn. We get the pure-hearted elf princess, Alaria, and a human warrior of completely unparalleled skill, Prince Avar. This guy is a master of 14 sciences and 64 arts. The names might change, but their souls instantly recognize this powerful bond that was forged lifetimes ago. But, cosmic law is absolutely ruthless. Through this really complex web of political maneuvers and an unbreakable magical boon, Avar is stripped of his entire empire. He's sentenced to an 8-year exile deep in a completely wild, dense forest. Ilaria, totally refusing to leave his side, joins him. They end up living this humble, isolated life in a tiny shelter made of just bamboo and stone. Yet their unbreakable bond keeps them completely happy, even after losing all their royal grandeur.
Of course, that peace is violently shattered. Looming from across the world is the demon emperor Rudrox, the ruler of the impenetrable rock-air fortress. He becomes completely captivated by Elaria, so Rudrox uses sinister dark magic, these crazy elaborate illusions and flat-out deception just to lure Ivor away. In a truly tragic and terrifying strike, he abducts Elaria, literally stealing the light right out of Ivor's world. And just like that, the spark for a war that could end all of existence is lit.
And that brings us to the climax. Part 4, the ultimate cosmic war.
Listen, this isn't just a simple rescue mission. We're talking a full-blown clash of mythologies here. Avalere, alongside his fiercely loyal brother Virand, forges this awe-inspiring divine alliance. Just picture this absolutely cinematic scene in your head. A colossal army of mythical monkey warriors led by Prince Nalkat, charging alongside these powerhouse giant bears like the strategic genius Vikram. They are marching straight across the vast perilous Bloodfall Sea. Their target, the impenetrable blood-red crystal fortress of the Demon Empire, which, by the way, is guarded by fire-breathing elephant-headed serpents.
The Siege of Rockaneer is just a masterclass in devastating escalation. On day 1, elemental weapons clash, literally turning the sky into a massive storm of fire and rain. By day 2, ordinary weapons are completely useless because the demons are literally growing to the size of mountains mid-combat. And by day 3, with ordinary and even standard divine magic failing completely against these immortal demon bounds, Eivor is forced to tap into ancient terrifying powers, magic that silently erases targets entirely from reality.
For just a fleeting second, it actually seems like victory might be within grasp. But then, the sky instantly turns pitch black. The ground starts violently shaking. Descending from the moon itself is a creature of unfathomable, universe-shattering horror. Sahasranaon, an invincible entity with 1,000 heads, arriving to enact nothing short of apocalyptic vengeance.
So you have to ask yourself, how do you even fight this? Sahasranaon cannot be killed by any weapon, any spell, or any mortal power whatsoever. Every single strike against him heals instantly. The Divine Alliance is completely outmatched, pushed to the absolute hopeless brink of total annihilation. Seriously, how can anyone possibly defeat an evil that is quite literally immortal?
As this 1,000-headed nightmare prepares to wipe out everything Eivor loves, the very pacing of the universe just seems to stop. A blinding divine light erupts across the entire battlefield. Eivor realizes that to save existence itself, he might have to shed his mortal limits entirely. He has to tap into a primordial, terrifying force hidden deep within him. A force that could either save reality or be the exact thing that destroys it. The heavens are literally tearing wide open. Oceans are rising into the atmosphere, and the very fabric of time is starting to rip apart as these unimaginable cosmic forces collide head-on. But how does this apocalyptic clash actually end? What is the true wrath of God? And who, if anyone, will survive this ultimate divine war? To uncover the shocking truth, the hidden destinies, and the final fate of reality itself, you absolutely must experience this story firsthand. Make sure to read The Wrath of God by Aishwarya Shukla. Trust me, you do not want to miss how this ends.